How's it going, guys? Adamski here doing another video. Recently, this last week I got to play Halo 4 at the Halo 4 community event in London, and I also played it again at Eurogamer, and I just wanted to give an insight to what I thought about the game and how I played, because we had a very good opportunity to play quite a lot of games, and I think we saw a lot of things that people might have not seen before, like the customization on the different weapons to spawn with and how the game is working, and it was pretty much finished, they said. Very close to the finished product. They said they still had a few things to do, but generally the multiplayer was done. First of all, the new remake, Ragnarok, is exactly the same as Valhalla in my opinion. It's, apart from the two towers are a bit taller, that's the only difference I can see. It's pixel for pixel the same. The whole map setup is pretty much identical. You've got the crashed ship on one side and the rocks on the other, and the river running through the middle, and it's the Halo 3 map. And there's nothing more to it really, apart from we also got to play with the Mantis, and a lot of people have been looking at this this vehicle saying it looks overpowered. From playing with it, it seems like it's balanced against other vehicles. So if you have a Banshee going towards it, you can easily outmaneuver it because your aiming becomes slow when you're inside it, and you move very slowly as well. So you're probably moving at the kind of speed that a flag runner would go at. But the weapons are pretty cool on it, and you can take down vehicles very fast. But if you're coordinated as an infantry player, so if you're on foot, you can definitely take down a Mantis quite easily. It was pretty cool to get in. It took about 5 seconds to get in with the animation, and you can just jump on top like you would with a tank and beat down and throw grenades into it. And it's also got a cool ability of crouching and stomping. So if you have a close range battle with someone on foot, you can just crush them rather than letting them jump on your vehicle and hijack it. Apart from that, the actual gameplay itself, it felt to me like Halo 3, but with the hit scan attributes that Halo Reach has. So, I mean, aiming and the look and the feel of it, the old graphics, apart from they were more polished and a bit more beautiful and thought out, it did feel like Halo 3. The gameplay, as we got more used to the game, became faster and actually really fun. It's probably the most fun I've had on Halo for a long time, and I think 1 or 2 maps would probably be very, very good for 4 versus 4. Haven and Solace were just kind of close quarters, kind of symmetrical, not exactly perfectly, but to the point of very evenly balanced between 2 teams if you're playing against each other. And just generally, we tried out a lot of weapons. The incineration cannon is basically a rocket launcher, but bigger and more epic. It looks really cool. So you sort of charge it up a bit, you fire it, and these big like red lines come out, and it explodes, and it just takes out a huge radius. So if you've got a clustered group of players together, you'll just get a triple kill easily straight away. The jetpack's changed a bit. You can't just float at the top. It's like you sort of go up or down. You can't really just hold the trigger down a little bit and float forwards. So that's a bit of a change. The thruster pack, it's the same no matter what you do. If you're sprinting in your thruster pack, it's the same distance as if you were stood still. You can go in any direction, say even in your air, but you only go forwards or to the sides, and it's whichever direction your left analog stick is facing. So you don't get any extra boost if you, say, sprint into it or whatever, so that's something that was important to notice. Promethean Vision was the same as we've seen before, really. Quite a big radius, can't exactly put my mark on it, but it went across like half the map and some of them, and it showed a lot. BR and DMR, the BR we actually got a few 4-shots in it, so it is 4-shot again as far as we could tell. DMR 5-shot, similar kill speeds, but I preferred the BR overall. It just felt better, and I've always been a fan of Halo 2 and 3, so it felt good to have that back in my hands. The only customization on those were the skins. They couldn't really tell any difference between the BRs when you were choosing your loadout. In terms of secondary weapons, and well, the light rifle as a main weapon was cool as well, I like that. Carbine, I think that all of the main weapons are actually really viable. They all quite balanced out, and the only thing is we didn't get shot out of scope at all when we were playing, so you zoom in, if you get shot in any other Halo game, you get knocked out. In this game it didn't happen at all, and I'm not sure if that's changeable or not, but I'm not sure what to make of it, because it used to be quite a test of skill if you could keep aiming whilst trying to scope back in again and knock the other player out of scope. So be interested to see how that plays, because everyone sort of will hit their shots rather than having to test of pushing down and aiming back in again. The secondary weapons, pistol, pretty much the same as usual. It's kind of like the Halo 2 pistol, really. Quite a few shots to kill, maybe 6 in the head. Plasma pistol's the same, apart from when you lock onto a player, it will spin around and say, oh, it's locked on. The bolt shot, I think it's called, is a bit strange. Like, you hold it down and it like acts as a shotgun, but it didn't seem very powerful to me. It seemed quite weak. Didn't really do much damage, and I didn't really choose it much because it seemed like the pistol was a much more viable option to use. In terms of picking up stuff, the saw is the most overpowered weapon I've ever seen in the mid to close range radius, because at the same range you'd expect the BR to be effective, it will kill you straight away. And if you watch a kill come, you think, how did they kill me so fast? It's just the saw, and you don't have to aim particularly on the head, you just aim generally in the right direction, shoot and pray, and it will kill them. The sniper rifle felt clunky, not quite as smooth as I'd hoped, whereas the light beam rifle was actually really good. I really like that. It's got a really cool sound. It shoots kind of like the Halo 2 version, and yeah, you'd really enjoy using it. Apart from that, sticky detonator was strange. I got a nice double kill in one of my videos that I'll link, and it was kind of weird to work out how to use it, because it only works if you hit a player or there's a player right near it. If you miss, it's just a wasted shot and you're sort of open to die. Trying to think of what else there is. The incendiary, well, whatever that grenade's called, the Promethean grenade, is not very good. Didn't seem to do anything because players just don't sit inside of it. As soon as it comes, it's a big red ball, about half the size of a bullet shield, that just sort of doesn't do much. Didn't really seem to hurt people enough to warrant being a grenade choice. And generally, from my loadouts, I kind of picked the thruster pack or jetpack most times. It seemed most other things didn't really have too much of an effect on my game, and I didn't really test them too much, unfortunately. But apart from that, rockets seemed the same as usual, maybe a little bit more powerful. Grenades themselves actually seem quite powerful as well, so that's something to take note of. But generally the maps, my favourite was Solace and Haven. They were really good. Like, Solace kind of feels like Narrows from Halo 3, kind of the way it runs in lanes. It doesn't really look like it, whereas Haven actually does look like Narrows, but it plays more like Lockout, really, if I was to compare it to anything, because it's just got layers of the map, and you've got a top mid area that's strong. And just generally, I think most of the maps were too big to play, really, because playing 4 versus 4, which is what I prefer to play, most of the maps were just too big. The Valhalla remake is, obviously, you all know how that plays out on 4v4. It's kind of slow paced and nothing going on, whereas other maps, I can't remember the names of them off the top of my head, but each one, it seemed like there was a lot of stale time and not enough action going on compared to the smaller maps. So that's just generally my quick insight into what Halo 4 was like from my playthrough. The ordnance drop was something that I thought was a bit strange, how it just accumulates over time. It doesn't really matter if you have a death or anything, it just counts up over the points you get, whether it's assists or kills. And I think maybe you should be punished for dying or something, or maybe take yourself back, because as soon as you get to like one of the first ordnance drops, you get a saw, and that's pretty much like 5 kills guaranteed if you play smart and in your tight area, because that weapon is really, I hope they nerf it at least a little bit, or it's just strong. It's really strong. On the version of the game we were playing on, I couldn't drop the flag. We were playing to capture the flag on Ragnarok, and as soon as you run over the flag, it picks it up, and I just couldn't drop it. You get infinity pistol bullets straight away, and you can throw grenades too, but the ones you're already holding, and you couldn't drop the flag. And I'm not sure, I think people have told me that you can drop the flag, but in the games we were playing, you couldn't drop it, which was a bit crappy. Apart from that, I've got high hopes for this game. We played on, I think it was 7 maps or something, and it was really fun, especially on the smaller maps, as I say, and some really cool weapons. And I'd say the light rifle, the sticky detonator, just some things that you can have so much fun with. and I just say maybe nerf the saw, and hopefully we see more smaller arena maps that are suitable for 4 versus 4. Apart from that, Halo 4 was really good, and I think you'll all enjoy it very much because we had a blast playing it. And then once again, thank you to the guys who helped us out, like AC Bongos and Microsoft, all the guys from 343 as well, who sorted us out with the event and treated us really well. So apart from that, just cheers for watching. If you want to ask any questions, I might have missed something, just put it in the comments and I'll tell you the answer if I know it. So just ask away and hopefully I can help out. Cheers, bye.